Gotta love that. Good morning, fam. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. So from the intro, you see a plethora of things on my tailgate, and one of them being this dope LED tailgate badge right here. It's from a company called IKONIC Badges, and I managed to find them because one of my sponsors, Atomic Car Concepts, they're based out of Canada, and they've supported me on my bill through shows and whatnot. And all of a sudden I started seeing IKONIC Badges. I messaged them, but they didn't reply back. Obviously they're a busy company. And then one day I messaged them again, and they were like, hey, do you know Atomic Car Concepts perhaps? And I was like, yes, they're like probably one of my best sponsors. They were like, oh, well, that's our sister company, blah blah blah. And then they checked out my Instagram, they checked out my YouTube and whatnot, and they ended up like, wow, they're like, you can really do some really good advertising for us. And I'm like, absolutely. And remember, I'm reaping the benefits of it as well. Shouts out to Shay from IKONIC Badges. I will tell you, the communication is fantastic, guys. Really, really fantastic. Now, I have a couple more goodies in this box, but I'm not opening that yet. So first, today we're tackling the rear tailgate badge. This, and I obviously, guys, I have a 2021 Ram 2500, and while I'm cleaning this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up something to the side real quick. And by the way, guys, this is probably the hardest part you're gonna have to do, cleaning the glue off when you take off the backing. This part wasn't damaged, is this part was, and it could actually be bent back into place, but it has a lot of holes in case you need to run any wires. But here's the thing about this one, where all the holes are, I don't need any of these holes. I need one somewhere right around here. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to drill into the tailgate itself. And guys, I already tested this thing. Just wanna show you. I already test fitted it. It fits perfect. And I already tested the LED to make sure it works. And what I'm going to be connecting this to is, this will be connected to my running light. Okay, a couple things that you're going to need. I know I have everything in disarray. You're going to need some pry tools, maybe various assortments of it, when you have to obviously heat the area to get the old logo off or emblem off. You're going to need a T30 Torx bit. That is for, give me 1 second, guys. That T30 is for this, or for these, because you're gonna have to take these off in order to get your wire back through. So you're gonna need a T30. You're gonna need an inline fuse, because they do not supply you with inline fuses. I'm gonna list all this stuff in the description. The inline fuse that you're gonna need is a 2 amp fuse, because it's a very, very low draw. So you're gonna need a 2 amp fuse to go in here, connected to the positive wire, obviously. Okay, obviously some cleaning supplies. You're gonna need your heat gun, and guys, obviously anything else. And it's cold right now here, so a heat gun would actually be really, really good, especially when the 3M tape on this here has to be adhered to the surface of the tailgate. All you got to do is just take the heat gun, warm up the surface, and stick it. And now once you stick it onto the tailgate, you keep warming it up and it'll adhere perfectly. And obviously, guys, you know, I mean, if you're in warm weather, you don't have to worry about this. All right, guys, once you go to IKONIC Badges website, okay, they have it all. Once you go on their homepage, they usually have a lot of discounts and whatnot. And as I said, guys, they make a lot of custom things. So if you want to send them a picture, obviously, guys, don't take any like licensed logos or emblems and try to send them a picture of it, you know what I mean, like a Nike logo or something like that. Anything like trademark like that, you got to be careful, you know what I mean. But I will tell you, once you're on their site, you can go to shop all, design your own. Remember, once you click on design your own, you have like, you can do different fonts, custom badges, custom text, and now they have a category shop by fitment. When you shop by fitment, there's a plethora of different Ram badges, Ford Super Duty badges, badges for the Bronco, badges for Jeeps, GMCs, Nissan, Titans, Mavericks. Guys, lots of different badges. And guys, they actually do licensed Mopar products as well, which is really freaking cool. As I said, they do glow badges, hitch covers, LED badges, which I have right here, key fob overlay badges. Guys, you name it, they do a lot of it. And to check out, look at the officially licensed Mopar product page that they have. And they even do stuff for the Ram T-Rex 1500s. Guys, you name it, they do it. And obviously they do stuff for your license plate, just like Atomic Car Concepts, as I have for my Subaru right here. Okay, so I obviously, guys, I go to a lot of shows with this car, so Atomic Car Concepts has represented me and I represent them as well to the fullest. But guys, this is pretty much a win. Their website is very big, and I would tell you again, definitely contact them and speak to whichever customer service person gets in contact with you. I will tell you from first-hand experience, I had really good customer service with them. And guys, just remember, make sure you have brake clean. As you see right here, I just got to clean off the little bit of remnants off the 3M tape. I'm literally almost done as we speak, but it was a lot of 3M tape. And what I would suggest to you, you take your heat gun when you're taking it off, heat the surface a little bit and scrape it off with a pry tool. That would help you out a lot as well. Once it gets down to a little bit like this, now you could take like a paper towel and you spray the brake cleaner and you could scrape it off literally with your fingernail. It'll come off easy. But as I said, I'm almost done right here, and this is literally the hardest time-taking part. Now, also, what I would tell you, see how all these holes right here, as I said before, I don't need any of these. The hole that I do need is, if you look here, look where they have the opening down to the bottom, about an inch, almost an inch from that point. So I'll be having to drill a hole somewhere right over here, directly in the middle, to pass the wire through. Okay? So I will talk to you guys. Okay, guys. All right, so food for thought here. You're gonna need some extra wire. Okay, so I have my 18 gauge wire right here. You're probably gonna need some heat shrink as well, because we're gonna be joining the Emblem IKONIC logo wire to this one right here. Now, obviously, guys, you saw from the time lapse, I took off the backing of the tailgate. This piece of metal right here that it presses down on. And now once you, I just want to show you this real quick. So what I did was I used my, where is it? Use my biggest drill bit. The size is, in case you want to know, it's a 3/8 bit. So I use a 3/8 bit on this right here, put the hole in directly in the center, eyeballing it, and guess what? It fits. I just ran the wire in the hole and press the logo against the surface, and it seals perfectly, so I won't have a problem with water getting into the hole or anything like that once the adhesive sticks to it. Now, here's the kicker. Now, if you look in here, if you could see down there, there's all the rest of the holes from where the stock logo came from. but the one that I made, it's hard to see. It's all the way past that beam that I'm tapping on. So now what I'm gonna have to do is push the wire through the hole from the outside. Actually, I'm gonna have to try to feed it through this hole right here. It'll be easy because I guess what? I gotta run that wire underneath the truck anyway. Whew, this is gonna be tough. Let me see what I can do. All right, guys, so quick recap of what I'm about to do. I'm about to take the positive wire from the logo or emblem, connect it to this, heat shrink it, okay? Now, remember, you gotta run the negative wire through there as well. Now, you can either run the negative wire where I ran the positive wire through this hole, where I'm gonna run it through this small hole here underneath the body and tap into the running light. That's why I'm gonna tap this in. You can tap into the running light or the brake light. Just remember, on these Rams, guys, the turn signal and brake light is one wire, which means if you turn on your signal, what'll happen is this is gonna flash as well. There's also one solo brake light underneath where the spare tire is. It's a lone wire that it's not connected to anything. That is a solo standalone brake light. I'll show you when I go underneath the car. But what I'm gonna do is, as I said, I'm running the positive to when the truck senses darkness, or you remote start the car, or whatever the case might be, this is gonna be on. So this is gonna be on mainly at night where people can see it, okay? Unless you turn on your headlights during the day. And for the negative portion, what I'm gonna do is this connector right here, I loosened it and I tested it. This black wire right here, that's obviously giveaway. It's a negative for this harness right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just tap the negative wire right here, so I'm not running it underneath the car and through the tailgate like the positive wire, okay? So that is what I'm gonna be doing, so let's go. All right, guys, so the wire is running from down here, pass it along here. If you notice, it's ran through a zip tie right here, through the wire loom, and it's right over here. And as you can see from the time lapse, I connected the inline fuse where I'm tapping the power wire into the running light. Now, guys, just as a heads up, if you're not used to this, I'll put something up on the side. It's a diagram of the 7-pin trailer harness for this truck. And offhand, there's a lot of colors. There's a lot of colors up here for this harness. Guys, so just, you know, pay attention. The brown wire, okay, that is the running light wire. If you notice this wire right here, this is going to my running board lights. So once my truck gets remote started or it gets dark, it gets power, all the running lights on the side of the truck, like the marker lights and stuff, would light up, and so too would these running board lights. So this is the wire I need to tap into here. The yellow, this yellow and this green, these are turn signal and brake lights, so you don't want those. The standalone brake light that I was talking about, guys, it is, you're gonna have to take the spare tire down. It is somewhere, it's literally up there. Once you take the wire down, you're gonna see one standalone wire in the middle of nowhere. That is a standalone brake light if you wanted to do that, okay? So guys, you would have to get a tester, put it, I would say, put it on one of these chassis beams, put the negative end of it, and just test the lights. Turn on your signals, turn on your lights, your running lights, things like that, or remote start the truck, and that is what you're gonna see. You know what I mean? These taps over here, these are from my tailgate strip. This strip over there, that's for that tailgate strip. So now I have this end right here. I'm gonna put this into the male end of the tap, and I already connected the female end right here, and we'll test it out. All right, guys, I know you saw this on a time lapse, but I just wanted to show you the tap that I tapped into right here. This is a different type of T-tap than the one that I use below the truck. I actually ran out of these. These are really nifty for a smaller type gauge wire. I would say you can use 18s, like 18 gauge, but anywhere from 20, 22 gauge, stuff like that. Like this, the IKONIC wire, it's a smaller gauge than the one that's on this accessory right here, but it doesn't matter. So you can see where I tapped into the ground wire right here. So it's a permanent ground wherever that's connected to, obviously, because they know what they're doing, obviously, from the factory. Or if I didn't have any type of connections in the tailgate, so I actually had to run the ground wire with the positive wire. And as I said, guys, in this 7-pin trailer harness, there's a white wire. That white wire is the ground wire. So the white wire connected to the 7-pin trailer harness, this trailer harness right here, that is the ground, okay? And the brown wire is the running light. So now, guys, as I showed you underneath, I showed you here. Also, make sure you use wire loom right here. It would come in handy, because so you know the wire won't rub on the metal. Even though the metal is smooth, you still don't want it rubbing. And leave enough leeway so when you close the tailgate, you have enough bending leeway here. You know what I'm saying? So nothing is pulling underneath the car. And that's really it, guys. So let me put this back together and we'll check it out. All right, guys, here we go. And the remote started. Gotta love that. I'll be back later to give you a little nighttime demonstration. Beautiful. All right, guys, I'm back. It is nighttime. I just have some ambient lights lit right now, but as you can see, the white in the logo actually stands out, even you know, in low lit areas. So let me remote start this and let's see how bright this is. Wow, that looks freaking beautiful. Beautiful. Look how beautiful those license plate lights are. I'll put a link up for that too during the video. But this is beautiful. IKONIC Badges. Shay, thank you so much for sending me this. And guys, this is just a part one. I have 2 more pieces to install on the hood as well. But this is freaking beautiful. Definitely will stand out. Definitely will stand out. Look at that. There's no way you can miss that from the back. It's beautiful. Guys, you know what to do. Definitely like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. And I will talk to you guys soon. IKONIC Badges, thank you once again. Take it easy, guys.